So we're finally ready to write our first ever web page. If you follow the instructions in the previous videos, you should have a big white page in front of you ready to accept your code. Just before we write any code, we're going to make sure that we're editing the right file. So in your text editor, just go to File and then Save As. And I'm just going to expand everything here by clicking the down arrow. You probably won't need to do that. And I'd recommend working on your desktop. This is where we're going to be storing all your files. So if you want to put them in your documents or somewhere else, then feel free. But if you're not sure, then just put them right here on the desktop. Now I'm going to create a new folder for them to be nice and organized. And I'm going to call it Complete Web Developer Course. Create, and then I'm going to create another folder within that called Chapter 1 and then HTML. Notice I'm using no spaces and all small letters here, as is normal in web addresses and file names that are going to go onto the internet. So I'd recommend you do the same there. And then we'll change the title of our document to Hello World.html. The .html extension tells us it's a web page. We're going to be looking at that in a little more detail in the next video, but for now, just leave it as helloworld.html and save. And now, just to check where that file is, we can move our text editor and our browser out the way. And there it is. There's my lovely Complete Web Developer Course folder on my desktop. And if I double click on there, I can see the one HTML folder and then the helloworld.html file in there. So let's add a quick bit of content to our Hello World file. And it's going to be a very simple Hello World. This is the standard first thing to write whenever you're learning to program. So I'd recommend doing that. But if you want to change it to anything else, then that's fine. And then we're going to use Command or Control S to save, or you can go to File Save if you prefer. And now finally, we get to go to our helloworld.html, and I'm going to control click or right click on Windows, open with, and then Google Chrome. And that will then open our helloworld.html file in our browser, and there it is. Wonderful. Congratulations. Might not look like much, but that's your first ever web page, which is quite an achievement, I think. Now we're just going to set ourselves up for the rest of the course, in which we're going to be using a split screen setup. So you just need to resize your windows so that we've got the browser on the left and the code editor on the right. You can do this automatically, I think, but I quite like doing it manually to make sure everything is set up exactly as I want it. And then the great thing about having two programs like this side by side is that we can change our text editor and change our code to something like Hello Rob. We can use Command or Control S to save that. And then we can just reload this page by clicking the arrow there, or Command R on Mac, or F5 on a PC, and then it updates straight away. So this is how we're going to be working with code pretty much for the rest of the course. We're going to be coding something over here on the right, and we're then going to see the results straight away on the left, which is a really exciting and dynamic way of coding. So congratulations on making your very first web page. In the next video, we'll be finding out what exactly this HTML that I've been talking about is and how we can start writing some.